Silence of the Lambs. Has anyone ever seen a Silence of the Lambs? The late, great Hannibal Lecter. He's a wonderful man. He oftentimes would have a friend for dinner. Remember the last scene? Excuse me, I'm about to have a friend for dinner as this poor doctor walked by. I'm about to have a friend for dinner, but Hannibal Lecter, congratulations, the late, great Hannibal Lecter. We have people that are being released into our country that we don't want in our country.
You know, Trump believes Hannibal Lecter is a real human being, not a fictional character. With millions watching and many people benefiting from this program called Indisputable, we just need 1% of the viewers to become a paid member so we can continue to bring this content to you. Now back to the show. Put up the picture full mask. Clarice, he would say. After 10th week in New York courts, Donald Trump addressed supporters at a May 11th campaign rally in Wildwood, New Jersey, mixing his greatest hits with new material. We call that a remix. This time it included insults toward Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg, whom he now has dubbed Fat Alvin. Yeah. And praise for the fictional cannibalistic serial killer, Hannibal Lecter. The character is mostly notable, notably played by actor Anthony Hopkins. Has anyone ever seen Silence of the Lambs? Trump just decides to pivot in his speech and ask. The late, great Hannibal Lecter, he's a wonderful man. He's a psychotic serial killer. He is known for eating his victims in the Oscar-winning film. Trump continued, he oftentimes would have a friend for dinner. Remember the last scene? Excuse me, I'm about to have a friend for dinner, as this poor doctor walks by. But Hannibal Lecter, congratulations, the late, great Hannibal Lecter. Can you imagine Biden saying some ish like this? What would happen? MAGA would go crazy if Biden said something like this. Oh my God, Biden has lost it. He doesn't. I told you he didn't have his cognition intact. But Trump says this on a Tuesday. He said this is how he talks. He just pivots and starts talking like we're in the middle of a conversation, and then there's another conversation that's just going to start happening. There's more. In the same breath, Trump went on to make familiar attacks on migrants, saying, quote, we have people that are being released into our country that we don't want in our country. It's unclear what line of thinking made Trump invoke the fictional mass murderer or whether he was encouraging his followers to act like Hannibal Lecter or referencing some flesh-eating boogeyman from south of the border. It's no telling. This is not the first time the former president has discussed Silence of the Lambs. Or the character at a New Hampshire rally in January. Trump compared migrants, many of whom are coming to the United States to legally seek asylum, to the crazed serial killer. Quote, did you ever hear of Hannibal Lecter? They're being dropped into our country. Hannibal Lecter is coming. End quote. That's what Trump said. Okay. Once again, Trump could say the most outrageous, non-coherent. It's not, you can't even explain this when you sit down and consider what do you think he may have been saying. He can say it. MAGA will go wild. All right, Sharon, can you make sense of any of this?
No, I can't, Doc. This has gone far enough. This is Looney Tunes, okay? Wow. And I had to listen to a candidate in Georgia who almost beat the incumbent, Herschel Walker, talk about vampires and werewolves. And this is no different. It's no different. And was it Jodie Foster who's in Silence of the Lambs? She doesn't want any part of this either. And he's got to not. This is a fictional candidate, okay? Who's taken us, enough. This has to stop. Now that's it.
It's a fictional candidate. That's the reason this is happening. Okay, I understand now. You really provided significant clarity there, Sharon.